I deleted 1 million views from this channel. And I think that's something that most creators would be afraid to do. But in order to stay authentic to myself, I had to do it. A lot of YouTubers, they focus too much on the views and how many subscribers they're getting. And it leads them to make content that's not their true self, not a reflection of their true personality. And I was falling into this trap as well. I know that I did memorable stuff in my life. Even now, as I speak, I've done memorable stuff in my life. I started in the slums of Panama with my family. I made my way to America, worked my ass off, owned multiple supercars, earned multiple 6 figures. I've done a lot. I've put myself out there. And now it's time to take that to the next level. But what have you done? Last year, I did a lot of things on this channel that I regret. And it blew up the numbers. I ran that up to the point where now when people come to the channel, they think that I bought followers or have bots. But the truth is, I was just not being myself. I think that it takes a lot of strength and will to be able to look at the work that you've done and say, this isn't me. It's time for a change. And go in and actually delete those videos from your channel. Lose the views. It's crazy, but it had to be done. I don't want to be a slave to the algorithm. And I'm sure if you're a content creator, you probably feel the same way too. You want to do what brings you happiness. You want your true colors, your true light to shine. That's what led me to deleting over 1 million views worth of videos from this channel. And I don't regret it one bit. I don't care, because I know that now I'm going in the right direction. Now the real me is shining, and the people that find this channel, the people that watch the videos that I have now released, all of the new content, those people are going to be able to see who the real Scott Leonard is and what the real Scott Leonard thinks. And that's more powerful than getting just views for views' sake. I think that a lot of content creators come into this YouTube game because they want to get views, they want fame, and they want notoriety. And if you're going down that path, even if you make it, even if your videos get millions and millions of views, even if your live streams get thousands and thousands of concurrent viewers, you're not going to be happy with what you're doing because it's not authentic to who you are. And I'm tired of pretending to be somebody I'm not. I think that if we had a world where more people thought that way, if we had a world where more people came on to platforms like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok just being themselves, their true authentic beings, we would have a much more fulfilling life and much better high quality content. I don't want to catch the wave. I want to make the wave. And the only way to do that is being yourself. If you're a content creator, it's important for you to find your voice. I was looking back at old social media and something really hit me. If you look at the titles of the platforms, they all circle around you as the individual. MySpace, YouTube, Facebook. They were all about the content creator, the person, the individual. Somewhere down the path of content creation, we lost ourselves to the algorithm. It stopped being about the individual. It stopped being about uniqueness, creativity, and it started to become a blend of monotone, corporate slop. I think it's time for us to get back to being real. And that's what I'm going to do on this channel. No more pretending, no more trying to follow a script, just being a raw, unfiltered Scott Leonard. And this is only the beginning. Forget about smoothing the edges. Forget about being likable. I'm just going to be myself because that's what the world needs. The world needs people being themselves. We don't need more cookie cutter, Mr. Beast wannabes, Kai Cenat wannabes, DDG wannabes that come on here and spread a message that they don't even believe in themselves just because they want that corporate sponsorship, just because they want the views, just because they want the attention. It's time to end this foolishness and get back to basics. The platform is called YouTube for a reason. It's not called corporate tube. It's not called AI tube. It's not called slop tube. It's not called trend tube. It's called YouTube for a reason. Make it about you. And I promise you that if you make it about yourself and your journey, your vision, your stories, your life, your insight, people will gravitate towards that. There's no need to fake it. I hate this fake it till you make it mindset. bandwagoners. Whatever happened to individual thought? Everybody always says that they're unique and they're an individual, but when push comes to shove and you really zoom out and look at the people, most of you guys are cookie cutter clones. And it's sad to see. It really is. I pity the person who's afraid to be themselves because they want to be accepted by the group. Because the truth is that when you try your hardest to be accepted by the group, that's when you become a bland person that actually gets rejected by the group, or you become insignificant. You blend into the background. And I really don't want to be a person who blends into the background just to be accepted. In fact, my takes and my perspective is going to get more and more crass as we go. Being bland and being a person who wants to be accepted by everyone doesn't lead to you rising to the top. It leads to you vanishing, disappearing. The most original person is the one that rises to the top. And we've seen this happen time and time again. But instead of people taking the lesson at face value and saying, oh, this guy, Mr. Beast, rose to the top, not because he was following an algorithm, but because originally he was being himself. And that became the new algorithm. And do you really want to live a mediocre life? Do you really want to be just another number? Just another generic user 24879? No, I refuse to do it. Throughout my life, I've refused to do it. And that's the difference between me and a follower. You don't want to be a follower. The more I look at the world and the direction we're going in, there really is a stark divide being created between the consumers of content and the producers of content. The producers of content are living a lavish lifestyle. They're driving supercars. They're living in mansions and penthouses. They have beautiful families and beautiful spouses. Money. They travel. They're living it. And the consumers of content are working a dusty 9-to-5, barely surviving, and living vicariously through the content creators they watch. So which one do you want to be? The consumer of the content, or do you want to be the producer of the content? Do you want to be the original one of one yourself? Or do you want to be a clone created by the Matrix to manipulate the masses? What do you want to do? It's your life. You only live once. If you choose to be a clone, a carbon copy of whatever's popular, you're going to live a boring, bland, insignificant, unmemorable life. And that's a sad thought. What a sad thought to realize that on your last day of life, when you reflect back on what you didn't accomplish anything. You didn't stand out. Nobody will remember you because you're generic. You blend in. What did you do that was memorable? Who are you as a person? And who do you want to become? We box ourselves in, right? And in order to break through that box, sometimes you gotta start all over from scratch. Sometimes you become such a bandwagoner, such a follower, such a generic human being that you lose yourself completely. The old you no longer exists, and now you are corporate slave 24879-754. And the only way to break through that corporate chain, that slave mind, is to reinvent yourself completely. You have to change your name. You have to change your entire identity. You have to force your brain to reset. I've gotten to that point before. The full breakdown. And then I started building myself back up. The Scott Leonard you know today is not the original Scott Leonard. It's not whoever the fuck I was before I was Scott Leonard. It's not. But it takes an incredible amount of willpower to do that, to change your entire life, to take control of that ship, to become the main character in your story. And I feel like a lot of people are afraid to do it. So that's the reason why I deleted 1 million views from my channel, because I wanted to be the real me. And those 1 million views were holding me back like an anchor, keeping me stuck in a cycle that I was unable to break. And the only way to break through was to do what I've done in my real life before. Delete everything and start over. Delete everything and be the real me. So what I want you to do, look at who you are, look at what you want to do, who you want to be, and go reset your life to fit that mold. Be yourself unapologetically. The worst feeling in the world will be you judging yourself and realizing that you missed opportunities because you were too afraid. Don't be afraid. Go out and do it. I really just want to help you find yourself, just like I'm finding myself. Nobody's going to find that person for you. So go ahead and close YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you do that, though. And go find yourself.